everybody, it's Gypsy, and it is Saturday, I believe June 15th, 2024. I'm on my way to the flea market to vend. Next week is our last week before our summer break. Just seems weird for flea market to take a summer break, but we have the flea market at a fairgrounds, the county fairgrounds. And so they need to prepare for the county fair. So they need the time to set up and tear down, and then we have to set back up. So next week, the 23rd, is our last day, and then we resume on September 7th. So I'm going to try to do some updates and changes and stuff like that. In the meantime, I am wanting to feature fall things when we go back in September. So I started a painting. That's going to be my first contribution to fall things in my booth. I will show it to you guys when it's complete. It's almost complete. So anyways, I was thinking about the importance of intuition. It's always important. It always has been important. It always will be. But I think especially in these times that we're in, being fed lies and stuff like that, you need to use your intuition. Now, I'm going to start by saying everybody has psychic abilities. Everybody does. Now, it depends on how open you are to them. How great is your desire to use it and connect to it. And everybody has one or two psychic abilities, and there are a few that are their stronger points. Okay? Now, I know people don't think of it this way, but something like intuition is a psychic ability, and you also have to look at it this way. Right now, you're alive, you are in the physical realm, you are currently incarnated in a physical body. So, that being said, you have to remember that who you truly are at this moment in time is a spirit who's incarnated in a body. So if you're a spirit incarnated in a body, you have psychic abilities. Okay? So yes, intuition is one thing we all have. We all have intuition. It's that very, when you get this very, very strong feeling, very, very strong knowing about something. And a strong knowing when it's, how shall I put this? Strong knowing is claircognizant. I don't know if it's not the same thing as intuition. I think claircognizant kind of branches out further from yourself personally, where intuition is more personal. So anyways, intuition is important. And this is why, now you guys know I'm not a religious person. I don't want a label of any one particular religion. However, I am extremely spiritual, and very spiritual. And I believe it's important to hone in on your spiritual side. Okay? Now, if that means you require or you want or it helps you in any way to have the assistance of a form of religion, then by all means do so. Whatever helps you be more spiritual. As long as you don't delve into the dark and the evil. We don't want to do that. Focus on the light. So, even though I'm not into religion, I feel if it helps others, then it's a good thing. And this is why I do not like when people judge other people for their religion or try to talk them into their religious path because it might not be right for them. So anyways, that being said, let's get back to intuition before wandering off on another path. So intuition. In order to use your intuition, you need to have that connection to the divine, to the spirit realm, to God, to source God, creator God, however, goddess, however you look at the creator. And even your relatives and other spiritual beings in the spirit realm. Having a connection somehow to the other side helps you with your intuition. Now, I understand that most of you don't look at the spiritual as I do, and this could get complicated for you who do not understand. So, you have Source God, who is Source God is the spirit, the original spirit, the great spirit, as you might hear Native Americans refer to God. That is the great spirit. The great spirit is from whence everything comes. Everything comes from the great spirit. Okay? The great spirit created everything in the universe and maybe beyond. I don't know. So anyways, now this is only my view, and I could be wrong. Always remember, I could be wrong. Take it or leave it. If you're gonna leave it, be polite about it. You might ask me a question, be polite about it. If you're gonna be rude, just don't say anything and leave it. Decided to create us. And my view is that the Creator created us. Trying to think how to explain this. What many refer to as higher selves. Sometimes I think of the higher self as the soul. Some people, I think I've heard, call it the oversoul. Okay, so that's your core essence. That's your true self. And then that core essence, decides to have various incarnations. So to me, those are the individual spirits who are eternal. They exist before their life, they exist after. Anyway, so this is the reason you need to be connected to the divine, to the spirit realm, to your higher self, your oversoul, because that is where your intuition comes from. It will tell you, your intuition will tell you what is good for you and what is not good, where and what you should do and go at any given time. And, I believe in pre-life planning, and that you plan the majority of, the major events of your life, your path. I'm not saying every single minute, but we do plan our lives. So, that being said, you need that connection. Now, I know many, like especially if you're a Christian or I don't know what other religion, believe that connection has to be to God. Well, that's fine, because in my opinion, it's all the same, because we come from God, we come from Source, and since we do, we're a part of Source. It's why I think, people get upset because they will hear people say that they're God or they're mini God, whatever. I don't know how they say it. I think maybe what those people are saying is that they're a part of God. They come from God. I don't know, but that's the way I view it. Anyways, so it's all the same. It doesn't matter. If it helps you to just say, okay, I need to be connected with God to receive this information, that's fine, because you are. you are stating the truth. But with everything going on in the world, you have to be aware of what that inner voice, your intuition, is telling you, because that inner voice, that intuition, is either the divine speaking to you and giving you information in that way. That is the most common way, is that very strong feeling. Wow, I lost my train of thought again. I hate when I do that. But anyways, that strong feeling, that is mostly how it works, is you receiving that information, because you are, I want to put this in quotations, remembering your plan for your life. Okay? Shoot, I hope I didn't hit that little chipmunk. You're remembering your plan for your life and what should and shouldn't be done for your life. It's another intuition, another, thing, remembering spiritually. Spiritual memory, I hear people call it. So no matter what your religious path is, you need to be very aware of it. Be very aware of the other side, the divine creator. However it helps for you to look at it, you need to be aware of it, especially during these times. It's so important. I mean, like, for me, at the beginning of the lockdowns and stuff like that, I had very, very strong intuitive feelings about how I should handle it for myself personally, and I followed it, and it worked much better for me. On the flip side, I was living on the road at that time, but on the flip side, here's an instance where I did not listen to my intuition. After a few years of living on the road, it was time for me to come home. And I did not want to. I was like, I'm not going back to Ohio. I like this. I want to keep doing this, etc. But I kept getting this strong feeling that I did need to go home. My mom was not doing well. And, my sister was the person in charge of her healthcare decisions and stuff like that. And my sister, she was, it was stressful. She was stressed out. And I'm sitting there going, well, how can I help my mom and my sister from New Mexico? Well, come on, let's be reasonable, Michelle. And then for my own nuclear family, I was supposed to go home. So there were many reasons why I was supposed to go home. Now, spiritually, I remembered it. Not a physical memory, spiritual memory. I knew in my heart very strongly I was supposed to go home. And I didn't. Now, I think we make up backup plans in case we ignore something of the utmost importance. Because, you can change your mind. Most of the time it's okay, but if it's something really, really important, you will have set up some type of way to get yourself to do it. So I chose not to go home. Well, I took a very bad fall, which is never good for a postmenopausal woman. And what I didn't know was that I had a severe case of osteoporosis. I literally shattered my leg. And that's how I ended up back in Ohio. And it's all been for the best, because I got to spend a lot of time with my mother at the end of her life. Hopefully I took some of the stress off my sister. I don't know. And now, I'm enjoying my as they used to call nuclear family. I don't want to get into that too much because I find it to be rather personal. So anyways, my point is you always want to be in touch with your spiritual side, to help yourself, to make sure you're doing the right thing for yourself first, and that will spread to your loved ones. So just take that into consideration, because we are living in very strange times where you have to be careful. You have to really be discerning. Like today I was listening to someone on a news show, and he was saying something that, I mean, it's crazy, but these days it's not crazy. Now he's retired, but his job used to be, working in the same area. I'm going to say he's my cousin. So I contacted my cousin. I said, do you know this person? He did not. But then, of course, my cousin got worried, thinking this guy contacted me. He said, no. I just saw him on a news show, and he was saying something. I just want to know how credible he is. So you want to check yourself, too. You want to check everybody, check yourself, verify. But most importantly, use your intuition. So I think this is a long one today, so I'm going to, we talk about spirituality. I could go on forever. I'm going to leave you with that. Blessed be, and make it a joyful one.